Hello, my Aquariuses. Welcome to my page. My name is Heaven, and I will be doing a new moon reading for the new moon in Taurus on May 11, 2021. This new moon is all about security and stability. Taurus is a very slow moving zodiac sign, so it's very slow going growth, but it's all about healing, really in our physical realm. And that's why I say security and stability. We also have a black moon Lilith, which means we are pulling parts out of our shadow that are surrounding our sensuality, our passion, our sexuality. So in correlation with that new moon, we're kind of talking about how can we blend our sensuality, our sexuality, our pleasure with security and stability. Instead of having two different things, how can we make them coexist and be more aligned so that we can live a more fulfilled and sensual and physical experience? Because that's the whole thing, is we are here to experience the physical realm. Okay, so I kind of came up with a new moon card spread for it. It is a 5-card spread. Again, if this does not resonate with you, please go check on your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. If none of those resonate with you, feel free to shoot me a message or get on my website and book an appointment, and we can do a personal reading with the same cards, or we can come up with something completely different. Okay? All right, Aquarius. Let's get started then. So again, we're doing a 5-card spread. I kind of want to do a main shuffle real fast. So the first card is going to be the seed. It's what we're going to focus our intentions on, or our desires. With new moons, we're always setting intentions. We do want to release something in order to make room for this intention. So our third card is going to be about what needs to be pulled out of the shadow in order for us to make room for that intention, for that seed. And then the second card is going to be the soil. So that's what we need to surround ourselves with in this physical realm. Ooh, we got 2 cards for the seed. Then above we're going to have the sun, which is going to be an advice card. Kind of how to nourish that intention, and also how to heal that part of the shadow that we're bringing out. And then the 5th card will be the bloom, or the outcome of taking charge and really setting this intention, what we're going to see come out of that. Okay. I need 2 more cards. Aquarius for this new moon. Aquarius. And then one last one for the bloom. Aquarius. Thank you. Awesome. Oh, the High Priestess. Wow. So I'm an Aquarius, and I really feel this going on right here. I'm an Aquarius sun and moon, actually. So let me dip this down so that you guys can see it. There we go. Alrighty. So let's start with our first 2 cards. We had 2 cards come out for our seed. So we have the Queen of Pentacles and then also the 3 of Pentacles. So right now our seed, or our intention, is to definitely step into the physical realm and start creating things and becoming the leader of that. We have the Queen of Pentacles. She is very divine feminine. The way that she creates, or the way that she manifests into the physical realm, is very feminine. She doesn't really chase after things. She lets things come for her, but she's all about the hard work. You can see how she's sitting in a very relaxed state. I think she's the only queen in this deck that's sitting like that. She's very relaxed, like whatever comes to me is what comes to me, and whatever doesn't. I'm very present in the physical realm as well. Very financially abundant. A lot of fulfillment. We have the 3 of Pentacles here, and we have a woman that's on stage. Flowers are being thrown at her. It looks like she's a ballerina. The spotlight's on her. So it's pretty much becoming very independent on the way that you are creating financial stability, creating projects, really stepping into power of being the leader, being the queen of your own physical realm. So the soil, what pleasures of life do we need to surround ourselves with? And then the shadow as well, the Magician. So we have the Fool in our soil and the Magician in our shadow. So with this Magician card right here, he is the alchemizer. So he will take the energies that are around him and he will start to alchemize them and make them into something new, something different, something that he needs to manifest. The thing with the Magician is the very beginning of the major arcana. So it can be kind of considered a learning card, or I hate using the word naive, but a little bit naive. I'm learning that the consequences of what you're creating, that you're reaping the consequences of that, essentially. So this could be in our shadow right now, our Magician energy, because we have created something in the past that wasn't very beneficial for everyone around, and that kind of gave us some scarring around that, or some trauma around that. So putting away the Magician and putting it in our shadow, because we are scared to create anything that would be detrimental to other people, that would be not good, that would, you know, whatever the case is. Being very afraid of our own power, essentially. So that's in our shadow to be pulled out, because in order to be creative in our physical realm and to create things, we're going to need this Magician energy. We're going to need to alchemize the energies around us in order to create something new. And we really can't veer away from that if we want to step into this Queen of Pentacles energy. All right, and then the soil around us is the Fool. So we have a man here in this deck. He is sitting by a river. He is being held by an angel, and he is looking at this holy grail that is just spewing out all this light to him. So this is like the Fool is the very beginning of the major arcana. That is right before the Magician. This is the beginning of a spiritual journey, the enlightenment phase. This is a very carefree energy. Very childlike in essence whenever I think of this card. With that angel behind it, it's very divinely guided though, and learning about the new treasures of life. So new experiences, creating new things, experiencing new things, being very carefree and curious about life again. So this is the thing that you kind of need to surround yourself with, the energies. Maybe it's people like this. Maybe it's things that you like to do that brings out your inner child. Maybe it's just an attitude that you start adopting, is to be a little bit more carefree, because again, creativity flows. You can't harness creativity like that. The Magician really knows that it just kind of flows. You work with what you get, and you make whatever it is that you need. So when we're trying to hold on to creativity too harshly, that's when we get kind of stuck and we can't birth things out into existence. We get stuck in some of the other phases instead of really going with the flow of it. All right, and then the Sun, the advice to nourish the seed, our Queen of Pentacles and our Three of Pentacles, and how we need to help heal the shadow, and we have the King of Cups. So we have a man sitting underwater with his chalice and a spear. It looks like he's got some fishes around him. He is looking dead on, so dead into the present. This is a very watery sign. So this could be someone in your life that really harnesses like very masculine emotional energy, that is very watery. This could be a water sign, that you have someone in your life that's really helping you to pull out some of this stuff. If there isn't someone in your life like that, then this is definitely you embodying that and really feeling into your emotions and seeing how your emotions can actually help you to create, and how to use the Magician with your emotions and create something from these emotions instead of holding them in and or seeing them as useless and casting them out, because that's a big thing with the Magician, is he takes everything that he has, everything that is workable around him. He doesn't really just pick and choose. He uses everything. It's like when you go to the kitchen and you have nothing to eat and you just use everything in the fridge to make dinner. That's essentially the Magician. So when you're leaving your emotions out of it, when you're not using those emotional realms to really feel into what you should be creating and what you shouldn't be creating, it kind of leaves you without a guide, and you just have all these ideas instead of really finding little niches in order to create these things. So use your emotions as a guide. Use them to help you heal this shadow and really pull out this Magician, so that you can step into this Queen of Pentacles energy and start creating more abundance and more stability and security in your life. All right, And then we have the High Priestess, which is the bloom or the outcome. And this is really beautiful because right here we just have all the steps right up to 3. So this comes right after the Magician in the Major Arcana. Again, this is another, I hate the word naive, but it's a learning card. It's learning, it's like you've learned from the Magician that whatever you're creating always has consequences. And the High Priestess is the one that sets in the boundaries in order for you to create from a stable and secure place instead of from a sporadic, like all over the place, I guess, essentially. I don't know how to put that better. The High Priestess, she's all about balance. She's all about karma. She is the wise woman. You can see the Torah is on her lap. She has this ancient ancestor right here guiding her. She has her 3-headed dog. She's all about the underworld and pulling out the shadow and really embodying the shadow realms and using the shadow for her own good. So using this Magician, using this creative flow that you can manifest pretty much anything in any situation, and using that for your greater good and for others' greater goods. In order to do that, though, you have to have boundaries. So essentially the outcome for all of this is that you're going to have more boundaries when it comes to creation and what you're creating, because it's going to be aligned with you more emotionally, which is actually going to create you more physical abundance. Even though probably in your brain you're trying to tell yourself you need a lot of logic, when in actuality, especially with Aquariuses, we're very detached. We need to feel back into our bodies and back into our emotions in order to create things. We have all the logic. We need to connect the logic with the body and the heart is essentially what's going on here in order for you to be really manifesting things. If you find yourself that you're not able to create, that you have this block, it's because you don't have enough discipline and boundaries in the way that you are using your emotions and you are using your creativity. Okay. So let's pull a final moon card for my Aquarians. Essentially, you need to just feel into your inner child. I think this new moon, I would really focus on ways that you could emotionally feel your inner child, because I think that's where you're going to find your successful creations at. Maybe you're making a bunch of things that are just like dead end for you. You're not really feeling it. And that will save you. Or that will bring you some answers. The answers you need are coming full moon in Gemini. Yeah. So right there, you're kind of like battling between your logic and your emotion, or battling between your creative force and your logical force, instead of giving into the carefree energy of the universe and how creation actually works. And that's where you're going to find the answers that you're looking for. The ones where you're like, I don't really know where my niche is. I don't really know where to create. I don't really know where to find stability and security within just myself, even though you're really, really wanting that. The answers are going to come, and they're going to come through in your emotional body rather than in your logic. So feel into it. Whatever is making you happy, do more of it. All right. I hope that helped. And again, if it doesn't resonate, go watch your sun, your moon, and your rising. And if it still doesn't resonate, give me a message. I'd love to give you a reading. I hope you have a great day. Head off to the west.